Hi friends, my name is Sharon Lowe and I lead Americas Marketing. Today, we are meeting with Patrick Tang, our VP of Strategic Partnerships. Patrick, can you tell us more about your role at Beyondsoft?
In my role at Beyondsoft, I focus on turning the excitement around AI into real, measurable business outcomes. I work closely with leaders who are struggling to bridge the gap between experimentation and execution, helping them shape AI strategies that are technically robust, financially sound, and secure. My work really sits at the intersection of AI strategy, cloud modernization, and ecosystem partnership. Across more than 20 years in digital transformation, high tech, and telecommunications, I've helped global enterprises modernize aging systems and adopt new innovations. Much of this work has taken me into complex markets like Japan and Germany, where digital ecosystems, legacy platforms, and business expectations all collide in interesting ways. That background taught me how to make advanced technology feel practical and actually usable. I bring a blend of technical depth in AI and cloud, and also strong partnership experience with players like Microsoft, AWS, and many others. What shaped me most was an early project where my team built a technically brilliant data system, something like a Ferrari. But 6 months later, we realized nobody was using it. It was too complicated and didn't address real user pain points. That was tough, but a pivotal lesson. Technology without empathy and a clear business case is just expensive code. That learning drives me today. I focus on preventing organizations from building Ferraris they can't drive, and instead guide them toward practical, scalable AI solutions that solve real problems. For example, I recently helped a client consolidate nearly 30 scattered AI pilots into a focused roadmap that deliver measurable value, like cutting loan processing time by 60% through intelligent automation. That's how we help businesses move from AI curiosity to true AI capability.
Thank you, Patrick. From your perspective, what are the greatest challenges our customers face today when it comes to AI adoption?
The biggest challenge enterprises face today is not excitement about AI. It's the struggle to turn that excitement into secure, measurable, and sustainable value. Many organizations find themselves in a kind of perfect storm, balancing overwhelming complexity and raising financial pressure and uncertainty about where to start. Executives know that they need AI to stay competitive, but the rapid pace of innovation often creates paralysis. With so many options, leaders fear making the wrong bet or investing in something that becomes obsolete in a year. At the same time, a lot of companies rush into pilots without the fundamentals, governance, security, or even change management readiness. From a technical, financial, compliance perspective, 5 issues cause the most concern. First is data readiness. AI depends entirely on clean, accessible data, yet most enterprises still operate with siloed, inconsistent data sets spread across outdated systems. If the data foundation is weak, AI simply can't deliver. Second is integration. Many core systems were built a decade or two ago, long before AI was even imagined. Connecting modern AI capabilities to these aging platforms becomes a slow, difficult process, often turning into an integration headache that drains time and confidence. Third is cost. Cloud consumption is rising fast. GPU capability is limited and unpredictable, and leaders want clarity on economics, not unexpected bills. This is why FinOps for AI has become so critical. Organizations want to understand exactly what each query costs and how that cost scales. Leaders expect immediate ROI, yet only a fraction of AI initiatives deliver what they promise. When projects don't scale or when pilot fatigue sets in, the consequences extend far beyond budgets. They affect competitiveness, team morale, and frankly, leaders' sense of job security. Falling behind AI isn't just a technical risk, it hits the entire business landscape. Fourth is regional compliance. Each region has distinct requirements. In Asia Pacific, this challenge is amplified by fragmented regulations, varied digital maturity, and complex data residency requirements. Fifth will be shadow AI. Employees using public tools without oversight creates major security and compliance risks. Leaders worry about data leakage, regulatory breaches, IP exposure, and even hallucinations that could damage the brand. Combine this with a global shortage of AI talent, and many CIOs feel that they are losing control while still being held accountable for rapid progress. Overlaying everything is financial pressure.
Thank you for your insights. How would you work with your customers to resolve these issues, or what are the first few steps they need to know?
When customers approach us with concerns about AI, whether it's security, cost, or the overwhelming speed of change, our message is straightforward. AI only works when the foundation is strong. That's why our company takes a governance first, value driven approach that makes AI predictable, measurable, and genuinely useful. We begin each engagement with an AI readiness diagnostic that examines strategy, governance, talent, data, and technology foundations. Many organizations don't fully understand their data maturity or their readiness for scale AI adoption. By putting proper governance, access controls, compliance processes, and hybrid security in place, we give leaders the confidence to innovate without fear. Once the foundation is clear, we move into a business-first roadmap rooted in value creation, not technology experimentation. We identify quick win use cases using a value impact matrix, targeting outcomes that can show ROI within 90 to 120 days typically, from document retrieval automation to claims processing or customer inquiries. By quantifying ROI upfront, these early wins build momentum and executive confidence. Cost control is the next major priority. CIOs worry about unpredictable cloud and GPU expenses, so we design cost-optimized architectures using right-sized models. Not every problem needs a large, expensive LLM. Often a smaller, fine-tuned model performs better and costs far less. We include FinOps principles such as token optimization, prompt catching, and transparent per query costing, so customers always know what they are spending. Data and talent form the final pillars. We unify only the data needed for each use case and enforce governance around quality. At the same time, we uplift internal capabilities through AI champions programs, hands-on workshops, structured training so teams can sustain AI independently over time. Success is measured not by technical metrics, but by business outcomes. We look at cost savings, time to resolution, adoption rates, productivity lift, revenue impact, and failure reduction. Indicators that show a shift from AI projects to truly AI-powered operations. What differentiates us is our ecosystem-driven approach. We are not locked to a single vendor. We work across Microsoft, AWS, HPE, Meta, and others to design what's genuinely best for our customer. This approach has delivered significant results. For one retail logistic client, we replaced an oversized LLM with a smaller SLM tailored to their needs, cutting compute costs by 40% while improving accuracy. For a financial services client overwhelmed with 27 AI pilots, for example, we narrowed the scope to high impact use cases, including automated loan processing that reduced approval time by 60%. Most importantly, we don't stop at strategy. We design, build, deploy, and optimize the solution end to end. That's why customers trust us, because we stay with them through the entire transformation journey.
Thank you, Patrick, for providing a detailed breakdown. Can you tell us the trends in AI adoption?
AI adoption is entering a new phase. The pace of change is moving fast and reshaping how companies think about AI at both the technology and leadership levels. One of the most significant shifts is the rise of agentic AI. Agentic systems can plan, execute, and complete full end-to-end workflows. This move from assist me to handle it for me is already transforming areas such as procurement, claims processing, and network operations, especially for global companies managing multi-language and multi-time zone environments. The second trend is the strong momentum behind SLMs or small language models and private cloud AI. The old belief that larger model always equal better performance is fading fast. Businesses now prioritize cost efficiency, data control, and sovereignty, which is fueling adoption of SLMs, private model hosting, and sovereign AI environments. Solutions like Azure's private model hosting and HPE PCAI are gaining traction because they offer predictable economics and avoid the global GPU capacity crunch. Hybrid deployments, once viewed as a compromise, are quickly becoming the standard. The third trend we are seeing is leaders are consolidating efforts into smaller number of high impact use cases that can scale across their companies. AI readiness has become a board level priority, and we are seeing new leadership roles, including chief AI officers, AI transformation officers, emerging across APAC to drive this shift. The fourth trend is cost control and governance are now front and center. Early AI investments are often scattered and unpredictable. Today, leaders want transparency and discipline. FinOps for AI is essential, with businesses demanding clear visibility into per query costs and architecture designs that support prompt, caching, and token optimization. Alongside cost, governance has become the new cybersecurity imperative. Boards want to understand how data is used, what risk models introduced, and whether outputs can be traced and audited. A major driver for this focus is the fear of shadow AI, where employees rely on unauthorized public tools and potentially expose sensitive information. Overall, this trend signals a decisive shift towards operational AI where systems are secure, cost optimized, governed, and capable of delivering business-wide impact.
Thank you for your insights. Can you give us 3 key takeaways for customers who are thinking of AI adoption?
For businesses adopting AI, the real differentiator is discipline and not hype. Success depends on strong governance, clear business outcomes, and a long-term approach to scaling. There are 3 core principles leaders should focus on. First, start with governance and outcomes. Many companies try to deploy AI everywhere at once, but without guardrails. That approach almost always collapses. Governance creates safety, and safety accelerates innovation. Leaders need clarity on what data can be used, who has access, and how compliance is enforced. And instead of beginning with the technology, start with business goal. Is it to reduce costs, drive faster cycle times, or achieve better customer experience? Often, the biggest impact comes from everyday use cases like document processing or reporting. Second, conduct an AI readiness assessment before investing heavily. This is the step most businesses skip, and it's where budgets are lost. AI only succeeds if the underlying data, governance processes, talent, and infrastructure are mature enough to support it. A readiness assessment provides that reality check and ensures that business strengthens its foundation so AI delivers measurable value. And success should be measured not by model accuracy, but by outcomes like time saved, cost avoided, or workflows automated. Third, treat AI as a product and build for sustainability. AI isn't a once-off project. It needs continuous monitoring, updating, and optimization as data business needs to evolve. That's why businesses should work with partners who are vendor agnostic, capable of leveraging the best tools across Microsoft, AWS, or any ecosystem without creating lock-in. And equally important, choose partners who stay engaged from strategy through implementation and ongoing optimization. These three principles, governance, readiness before investment, and treating AI as a sustained product capability, will ultimately determine which businesses turn AI from pilots into company-wide transformation.
Thank you, Patrick, for your time and your wisdom. To our viewers, we will see you in the next session.